Now that Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl have finally been released, and also now that I finally beat Cynthia, I can finally make a video on the topic. There was a few ideas in my head, but I decided to go with the most safest option, my team for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Now you might be wondering, why do you need to make a whole entire video discussing your team for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? You can literally just type it out. And to that I say, you are completely right, and I'm just out of video ideas. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a brand new video. With all that intro stuff out of the way, this is my team for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Oh, by the way, I picked Brilliant Diamond instead of Shining Pearl, if any of you guys are wondering. Of course, the first choice is picking your starter, and this region has a pretty solid choice of starters. We got Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup. While I've used all three, I will admit Infernape is the most fun to use and is the best competitively, but this time I went with Turtwig. I have picked the Grass-type starter and or used the Grass-type starter in a future playthrough in every single region except for Johto and Kalos. For Johto I picked Typhlosion, and for Kalos I picked Greninja. So I decided to continue that trend and use Torterra, but little did I know we were not far away from getting 2 more team members. That's right, I wanted to have a Staraptor and a Luxray on my team. I did toss around the idea of using Togekiss since it is pretty strong, but you do not get the Togepi egg at all, so I decided to just go with Staraptor. As for Luxray, I just think it's a really cool Pokemon, and I just wanted to use it again. So boom, we have Turtwig, Starly, and Shinx, and a Bidoof, because I just was catching Pokemon for the Pokedex. After defeating Rourke and my Turtwig evolving into Groudle, I decided to go for a Floatzel, which is not that far away from Rourke's gym. So I did, and I caught a Weasel. At that point, I realized there was no real reason to keep Bidoof that will later turn into a barrel on my team since HMs are not in this game anymore and it wasn't really that strong. So I took it off and Weasel is now on the team. After this, I really wanted to go catch a Gibble, but then I realized Garchomp would overlap with Torterra's ground type, so I was kind of screwed there. Now you might be wondering, well, if you had just picked Infernape or Empoleon, that problem would have been solved. Yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to use a future team member that I was planning on using. You'll see when we get there. After this, I decided to go to the Grand Underground, in which I found a Krogunk that was 10 levels higher than my entire team. But then I quickly realized it wouldn't listen to me, so I just placed it in the back of my party and didn't use it until my team caught up to it. But Krogunk is a poison fighting type, meaning it was not going to be staying on for long because my next team member is a Lucario. For those who don't know, once you beat Byron, you can go on a boat to the Iron Islands, and inside the Iron Islands, you meet Riley. After traversing through a cave with him, he gives you a Riolu egg that you have to level up from level 1. This was stressful. Not to mention, it only evolves by friendship, meaning I had to go all the way back to Veilstone City, get a Soothe Bell, toss it onto my Riolu, give it a few levels. It was a long process. Eventually, I got bored of trying to level this thing up, so once it evolved to Lucario, I just searched up all of our candy locations and used them all on this one singular Pokemon. So if I ever want to grind up another Pokemon, I can't use rare candies. At this point, I had no real use for Toxicroak anymore, so I threw it in the box. And now my team is Torterra, Staraptor, Luxray, Floatzel, and Lucario. The next team member I really wanted to use was a Weavile, which was in the next city I was going to. But after seeing how low level it was compared to my entire team, I decided, what if I go into the Elite Four with only 5 Pokemon? Yeah, big mistake! While you don't even get the Razor Fang until Victory Road, 6 team members is far better than 5 members against Cynthia. I cannot tell you how many times I wiped out before finally deciding to go catch a Sneasel and use Weavile on my team. While leveling up Sneasel wasn't as atrocious as leveling up Riolu, it still wasn't that practical. Yeah, there was still a bunch of rare candy locations I haven't gotten to yet, but I doubt like 11 rare candies will catch up this like level 30 Pokemon to my level 50, about to be 60 team. Meaning, I did a lot of grinding, with a lot of wild Pokemon and a lot of trainers. It took a while, but eventually I leveled this thing up to beat Cynthia's Garchomp. which I didn't even need because Torterra just used Earthquakes to kill it. Yeah, I didn't even need to use Weavile. So I basically spent all that time grinding that thing up to not even use it. What a great time. So the team I beat Cynthia with was Torterra, Staraptor, Luxray, Floatzel, Lucario, and that useless Weavile. Look, don't get me wrong, Weavile was and still is one of my favorite Pokemon, but that was just, no, that was so painful. But in the end, I still like this team. Is it my favorite team I've used? Not by a long shot, but I still had fun memories using this team to traverse through the story of Sinnoh.